the Upanishads were texts composed by sannyasins, by world renouncers. And renunciation is not optional for a spiritual practitioner. Not optional. It's not optional for a yogi. Renunciation is mandatory. It's the sine qua non, without which nothing else. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, well, let me back up and say, like, you know, we all want to be happy. We all want to have a good time. We have, you know, nice time at the retreat. We all want to be happy. And there's nothing wrong with being happy. Renunciation doesn't mean that you're dour. It doesn't mean that at all. It doesn't mean that you can't. In fact, it's the condition of possibility for happiness. It's the condition of possibility for happiness. It's letting go of the coal. Letting go of the coals that are burning us. Letting go of mostly it has to do with a reorientation of our minds, of our priorities. And just realizing that the kinds of things that we've been pursuing with pretty much all our efforts, you know, throughout our whole lives, are not happiness producing. Is not the way to be happy. The pursuit of money, the pursuit of a better job, the pursuit of endless serial relationships over and over and over again, the pursuit of, you know, of entertainment, of communication, of going to one place to another, endless travel to new Lonely Planet countries with your Birkenstocks is not going to make you happy. Not if there's anything wrong with Birkenstocks, okay? If you like Birkenstocks, you can wear Birkenstocks. It's okay. But to take this opportunity and say, I want a different kind of life. You know, I want a life that isn't just, you know, going from one disappointment to another in between major disasters. And that's renunciation. Renunciation means I want to be happy. I want to live a happy life. I want to find the true sources of happiness. And that means within. You see, that means like something needs to change within. And we can't really marshal the time and the effort that it takes to change within when so much of our minds are being drawn to these external things, to these external pursuits of happiness. So, you know, it doesn't mean that you have to leave your family or quit your job or, you know, get rid of all your fancy clothes and just wear rags or something like that. Not that. That's, you know, that's just the external form. You know, and in our society, it's not that helpful. You know, it's helpful to have as part of your spiritual life a good, clean, you know, lifestyle. Good, healthy lifestyle. You know, enough money to live well without, you know, being a source of charity for others. Enough money to be able to travel to things like this, to be able to go to, you know, to do the things that are important for your spiritual life. It's important to have enough money. It's important to have, you know, a nice place to live that's comfortable, that's quiet, relatively quiet, that, you know, that's cool when you need it to be cool, warm when you need it to be cool. There's nothing wrong with these things. That's renunciation doesn't mean that you know, that you have to abandon all these things, but it does mean like understanding that the stuff, the money, the relationships, the job, the components of the external world cannot in and of themselves bring you happiness. And to really get that clear, you see, to really understand that. And, you know, you have a chance now. You have a chance to make a big change, intellectually, ideologically, spiritually, in your life. You know, you can use this retreat and say, yo, that was when I really made the pivot. That was when I really started to, after that I started to really get serious about a spiritual practice, because I gave up all of this sort of investment of myself, of my time, of my energies, of my identity into all these things that really aren't going to pay off, you see. So it's really, renunciation means really thinking about yourself and your life quite differently, and thinking what's really important, and then the reorientation. If you get it clear in your mind, the reorientation happens kind of organically. The reorientation of your time, the components of your life, you know, start rearranging themselves organically. You know, some people have a whole lot of trouble with their work. You know, they have like major demands on their time because of their work, but that's because they let them. You know, It's not because there's no option or something like that. They just haven't like considered there being an option. You know, so it's not. Everyone can do this. It's just a matter of like understanding what's important or not, and then you start making different kinds of decisions about how to spend your time, how to spend your energies. There's only a limited amount of time that we have. You know, only a limited amount of prana, you know, per day. It's a finite, you know, kind of amount of energy that we have to give to anything during the course of a day. So where's your energies going? You see, where's your investment? You know, you like that old Bob Dylan song. You know, you got to serve somebody. Might be the devil, might be the Lord, but everyone's serving somebody. Who are you serving? You see, what are you serving? Are you serving the pursuit of money? Are you serving the pursuit of status, your worldly status? What are you pursuing? And is it really worth it? Is it really the way you want to spend this relatively short amount of time that we have in this life? That to get her done, you see? We have an opportunity. We have an amazing opportunity. People in this room are special. You know, we're all the elite, the creme de la creme, spiritually. And to just like to ignore this, to just like say, well, whatever, or to assume that we'll get to it later, is a recipe for disaster, a recipe for great disappointment. Where you know you could reach the end of your life and go, I had a chance, but I was diverted. You see, I was diverted from my true mission. I let myself be diverted from my true mission. Renunciation, without which nothing is. You see, without which no progress really. You see, and then it'll just be like, you know, you'll come to the end of your life and it will be like a dream. It will just be like a dream, and it'll be over. And who knows what comes next? I can't tell you what comes next. But I do know that, I do feel very strongly that there's nobody who's got a better shot at reaching the goals of yoga, the final goals of yoga. There's nobody who's got a better shot at it than we do. Nobody. Nobody in world history and nobody in the present has got all the ducks lined up like we do. It's all there. It's all right there. And the only thing that's keeping us from achieving that goal is our own, like, you know, scatteredness, our own sort of misunderstanding of what's important and what isn't, our own diversions. It's like the street, you know, some big street like Broadway in New York City. It goes on for miles, is all green lights for us. It's just all green lights. But then we keep turning off on 14th Street, you know, and then we go a little bit further and we turn off on 22nd and, you know, get something to eat there, and, you know, and then go over to the concert there, and then go over to the work. We have to go work there, you see? Instead of like just going for it, right? Just going for it. So think about it. Think about how you're going to change your life. We all, you know, no matter how long we've been practicing, we can always go back to the renunciation. You know, what do we need to shore up when it comes to our renunciation? And here's how you'll know, okay? Follow the pain. You can follow the pain back to an attachment. It's always coming from an attachment. See? Whatever's like causing you problems, whatever causing you pain, whatever causing you suffering, is coming because you're grasping onto something. It's like your guru is saying, you know, here's something you should pay attention to, and I'm going to show you it in a way that will open your eyes. You know, it's going to hurt. I'm going to show you something, and it's going to hurt. Now, pay attention. You got to let it go. You got to stop grasping to it. So if you're upset about, you know, whatever it is, find out what it is that you're grasping to, and that's renunciation. Then you'll know what you need to renounce. You need to shore up in terms of your renunciation. Are the relationships driving you crazy? Well, let go of them. See, is the money, the job driving you crazy, making you unhappy? Let go. Let go of thinking it's so damn important. You see. Renunciation doesn't mean like just not caring about anything. But what it does mean is that you let go of the death grip that you have on it. Yeah? And just relax already. I mean, one of the ways that you can do this is to realize that it's just changing. It's just a changing thing, you see. The things that we're grasping onto are all just like in flux all the time, right? Changing. And so you won't be this way forever. So relax already. You know, you can remember this. This is a very, very famous sutra that we all learned as kids. A very, very famous sutra, you know. The Dharma is taught to us in so many ways. Row, row, row your boat. Means live your life gently. Relax very gently down the stream. Because it's always changing, stream. So gently, relax. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Happy all the time, right? Sthira Sukhamasana. You know, stay in the position, the asana of sukha. Because life is but a dream. Row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, because life is but a dream. And it is, it's like a dream. It will be especially known to be like a dream when we wake up. And that's the goal of yoga, is to wake up. Wake up from the dream. But in the meantime, like, just don't, you know, relax a little bit more about the dream. Don't get so attached to it. Don't get so connected to it. So you know, gripped by it. And renounce. Get some renunciation.